This video is specifically for people who are already familiar with the law of attraction and now you want to take a deeper look. I've specifically created this video because I know a lot of people are scripting, creating vision boards, doing visualization meditations, yada, yada, yada. However, they're not yet seeing the results they want from the law of attraction. And so today I'm going to explain why and how to start seeing those results. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, my name's Lucy, and on this channel I share all kinds of things about personal development, spirituality, and how to become the best version of you. So my previous upload was a law of attraction for beginners video. If you are brand new to the subject, feel free to go ahead and watch that video first, or if you are a law of attraction veteran, as it were, and you want to take your knowledge and awareness and practices to the next level, then this is the video for you. As many of you will already know, only 5% of our brain is the conscious mind. 95% of the brain is subconscious. How many of you have experienced, you seem to sometimes hold yourself back for no reason, you seem to wake up each and every day and your days kind of end up just turning into similar days, like how yesterday was and how the day before was and how the day before was, and like you just find yourself on your phone scrolling through whichever is your favorite app, and you don't even know how you got there, or you find yourself in the cupboard eating unhealthy food and you don't even know how you got there. Or how many of you, when you're driving your car, get so lost in your conscious thoughts and then you're like, whoa, I haven't actually been thinking about driving and I feel like there's a whole gap in my conscious memory. How did I safely get from mile 1 to mile 7 on this motorway? So the reason is because our incredible brains can do so much for us on autopilot. Once you've passed your test and you've got very sort of fluent with driving, the majority of us driving is subconscious and we don't consciously think about it anymore. Same with walking, same with riding a bike, same with swimming. Once you've mastered it, it goes from being something where it's very new, very in the conscious mind, and you're having to think about every part of it, like when you first learned to drive, right? Every motion, every mirror and checking and indicating, it all seemed like it was so much for the brain to comprehend. But then once you become a skilled driver, you're not even thinking about any of it anymore and you're doing it on autopilot. So as much as that can be a really good thing in many, many ways, like the example of driving, if you find that you keep on repeating old patterns and not seeing changes in your life, it's generally because even while you may be trying to focus on things with your conscious mind, let's say if you want to manifest more money, maybe you're focused on like, oh, I'm going to be grateful for the money that comes in and, I'm going to picture my bank account with more money in it and all of this kind of thing. Your subconscious mind, 95% of your brain might still actually be holding on to an old limiting belief that maybe you picked up as a child from your parents, that money's the root of all evil and I don't want to be an evil person, so I'm going to push money away from myself subconsciously. Or rich people are greedy, well, I don't want to be a greedy person, so I'm subconsciously going to avoid becoming rich. Even if on a surface level, on a conscious level, you're like, I really want more money, but then you find yourself continuously not getting that money. These blocks can be deeper than the conscious mind, and oftentimes they are. So this can be frustrating. I certainly was frustrated by this for a long time, and it took me a good 2 or 3 years of dedicated effort to reprogram my deeper, more subconscious beliefs so that now my autopilot is not self-sabotaging me as much, and my autopilot is leading me towards making the decisions and taking the actions that are actually going to marry up to the things that I want in my life. So the main reason why I wanted to create this video is because it would be a disservice to some of you on this channel if I did not let you know the full work behind the scenes that I have done to reach where I'm up to now. Not saying I'm perfect, there's still room for improvement, but you know, I know that some of you, and this is really great that you're asking these questions, are saying like, what have you actually been doing? How have you, you know, pursued so far on your personal development journey? How have you learned everything that you've learned? And so on. And I'm really glad that you're asking those questions. A lot of my knowledge and levels of awareness have come as a result of me saturating my brain consciously and subconsciously with information, thoughts, feelings, and everything that have over time started to program my brain for success. Two and a half years ago, I attended my first transformational workshop where for 3 days I was pushed to my absolute emotional limits to revisit memories from childhood that were traumatic, that helped me to realize actually what's going on in the majority of my brain. For example, one exercise we looked at, you know, what were the words that kids at school or family said to tease you? Yeah, even if they meant it in jest, when you're a kid, those teasing words can hit pretty deep, right? So I remember that the two main words that really rung out for me that people used to call me in the playground was, "You're such a weirdo. Oh, you're so weird. Why are you eating that?" Well, because my mum is a nutritionist, right? So my packed lunches would always be super healthy. I'd have like dried apricots and Ryvita, and the rest of the kids had crisps and sweets, and they'd look at what I was eating. They're like, "Oh, why are you so weird with what you're eating? Oh, that must taste rubbish. Does that taste like poo?" You know, I used to get those kind of comments, and it did make me feel weird. And then equally, you know, being an only child, my parents empowered me and taught me that, you know, if people want to be, you know, kind to you, great, you can be their friend. But if they're going to drop you and say, "You're not my best friend anymore," you don't need anybody else. Everyone that you need is within yourself. And if you want to play on your own in the playground, you know, by all means do. So I would sometimes just be having fun, playing on my own in the playground. And, you know, some kids thought that was really weird once again. Maybe they were actually just jealous in some way that I was so happy and didn't need them to be happy. But whatever their motives were, I received a lot of teasing and bullying from kids who thought that I was different, which meant that I was weird, which meant that that was bad. Okay, now that I've grown up into an adult, and it's very interesting, isn't it? There's that point in your life when you realize that people go from, you know, not wanting to be different for so many years, and then it reaches a point in your life where all you want is to be different and to be unique and to be special. And, you know, it's so interesting how it flips when you grow older. At least that's what I've found. And, you know, I imagine that if you're watching this video and you're into alternative things and holistic things and spiritual things and woo-woo things, that maybe you can relate to a lot of this, because maybe you were the different child. Maybe you were the one who was criticized for being weird. And another word that I was insulted with was, "Oh, why are you so sensitive?" Like when I'd get upset for someone being mean, it was my fault for being too sensitive. So when I went to this transformational workshop, a lot of these things came up from the depths of my subconscious brain, and I hadn't realized that they were still affecting me. So the ways that they were still affecting me in the present day was I was holding myself back from just expressing who I truly am, because when I was a child, it seemed that I was being criticized that being my authentic self was weird. So yeah, that's why I was struggling to just be my authentic self. And if you're hiding from who you truly are and not showing up authentically, it takes a lot of energy to hold yourself down. It's like a clenched fist, and you get very used to it, but it's actually very painful and takes up a lot of energy. And as soon as you release all of that fakeness and you start just showing up being you, doing things that you love and not really caring about what people think about you, it's the biggest release. You have so much more energy to flow and channel and create and create space for more blessings. Then it just makes life a whole lot easier, right? So that was one thing I needed to overcome. The other thing about being oversensitive, was that I needed to start reprogramming my brain that sensitivity is a fantastic quality to have, and that being in touch with your emotions and, not being afraid to cry when I was upset, and to have that good way of releasing energy. That is what tears are. They help you to release painful energy. That has allowed me to let go of a lot of negative energy that I had been holding on to for many years. So after 3 days at that transformational workshop, I felt like I'd been absolutely punched in the face, in the stomach, in the heart, all emotionally. I remember coming home the first night and just sobbing on the floor, but it was so satisfying. It was like the biggest relief. And last year I attended about 8 different workshops with Master Sri Akashana, and I invested in mentoring with him, not to mention the fact that then I went to India for 30 days and, so many incredible experiences that I'm grateful for. So, and then on top of that, I ensure that I listen to personal development every day. I'm constantly listening to audiobooks like The Power and The Secret and Think and Grow Rich and Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, because things that I wanted to work on in particular was reprogramming the depths of my brain into thinking like how millionaires think, and into acting and behaving like how abundant people behave. If you're watching this, you're already a bit advanced with the law of attraction. You already probably have a certain level of awareness of what areas in your life you have limiting beliefs that are holding you back. So I hope that hearing a bit more about my story behind the scenes of YouTube has given you some pointers, some ideas of what you can start doing to get some serious, deep subconscious shifts in your life, not just vision boarding and scripting here and there. Those things work, and actually, I will say that things like vision boards can work because when you see it every single day, it starts seeping into your subconscious. And with scripting as well, when you're reading it out loud to yourself every day, you start to reprogram your subconscious. So all of those things are also, eventually going to go deeper. But again, it takes consistency. You can't just create a vision board once, never look at it again. And, maybe for some people that might work, but for the majority of people, if you're finding things like that aren't working, it's only because you've only done it on a surface level and you haven't been consistent and persistent enough to get these new beliefs, these new focal points, these new points of attraction to become permanent enough for you to be maintaining a vibration for long enough for you to manifest a whole new reality into your life. Hopefully this video was valuable. That was unscripted. I just totally opened up, had a good chat with you guys and shared a bunch of stuff. And I feel like the way that it works with my law of attraction videos is the people who are meant to receive this message will see this video, and I know it will have resonated with so many of you. So please do comment below if this has resonated with you in any way, shape or form. If you had any aha moments where you've just had a whole new realization or breakthrough in your journey that's going to help you moving forwards. Or maybe this video has just reassured you that, yeah, it takes time, keep going, don't give up on yourself. The best thing you can work on in life is yourself. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job, than you do on your business, because when you work on leveling yourself up, the job, the business, the relationships, everything in your life will have to level up accordingly. Love you guys so much. Remember to hit the thumbs up before you go, and if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button and ring my bell so that you never miss a video. Until next time, bye.